All right, Josh, welcome in. Ryan Tringer for your Class A Pro. I'm recording. Good to have you, buddy. Looking forward to work today. So first of all, athletic posture. This looks pretty good here. Let's check where your balance is at. You want to make sure you're on the balls of your feet. This looks pretty good. You might be on your heels a little bit. I'm not sure. We have to double check. The weight should be as if you're going to guard someone in basketball, or if you're running upstairs, notice that you're on the ball of your foot, where that means you're light on your heels. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't have a lot of pressure on your heels in that setup position. Or like if you're on a surfboard or a snowboard, same thing. The arms are in the triangle position perfectly, which is good. The left hand V looks okay. The right hand V looks okay. Your ball position looks fine. Foot position looks good. So the only thing I'm wondering is at the setup, if your balance is in the ideal position. As we see you swing, we'll be able to see if it is. Now from here, let's draw some lines on the screen, check your fundamentals. And these are the same lines. It's funny, one of my students asked me recently, I started video lessons in 2004. I took 3 years of video lessons to become so good at golf. And then after that, I was teaching indoors with video, and I've been teaching ever since. And so it's been 20 years of this. And these same lines that I'm drawing on you, my coach drew on me with a dry erase marker and a ruler when we first started. And now we have this technology, which is pretty amazing. But these are the lines that you should draw on yourself as you practice also, versus just practicing, I would say, with, blindly with no lines, because it's harder to see stuff without lines, but with lines, it helps. And this app is free online on your app store. It's free to download, and you can draw the same lines that I draw, which will help you with your form. All right, let's take a look at this one here. So going back here, you take it a little bit inside, and so you'll see here the club's going under the plane, going back, and you've got the face very, very shut going back here. Do you see the club face there? Okay, so if you take a typical look at, like, let's see here. Let's see, Rory McIlroy, 3-wood. Let's see if I can get 3-wood side view. Let's see if that'll work. Let me see. There you go. There's a 3-wood side view. So as he takes it back, look at the club face here. You see the club face? Yeah. So see how you've got your face is a little shut there in the backswing. So you'd want to work on getting the club a little bit more. Here, I'm going to send you a picture of this. A little bit more toe up in your backswing, Josh. That would help you with the height on the ball, the distance, the proper time to supinate also from doing that. So let me send that to you. There we go. Okay. All right. So then let's take a look as we continue here and go back. All right. So here we go. Okay. Now, one thing that's nice to see, and this is, come a long way because you used to not do this. You're doing way better on the hip sway these days. Nice job. It's good to see. You can see here that your hips on the line. You've kept your spine angle in the same place. The only thing you could do here more is rotate more, meaning you could make a bigger backswing. You're only taking your 3-wood back, as you see here, this far, right? Where a lot of players will take the 3-wood more over our shoulder. And so see his full backswing, how it ends up over here. So you're not making a complete backswing, and it's because over here, you're not allowing your hips and your lower body to turn enough, okay? And so, for example, a great example of that would be if we go over and look at, like, let's say Arnold Palmer's lower body pivot, okay? So if you look at Arnie's pivot, see how far his knee comes in, but see how his hip doesn't come off the line, but he allows his hips to rotate. You with me? Now, here's what I would say, though. Taking a bigger windup, essentially, is something you want to do once you have a good path and good club face and things like that. So eventually you should take a bigger backswing, because with this current swing length, you're not going to be able to hit your 3-wood as far as you should be able to. I try to hit my 3-wood anywhere from 240 to 265, and I'm able to do that because I take it way over my shoulder. If I only took it this far back, I think I can only hit it like 190 to 200 yards max. And so you're losing a lot of yardage in shortening your backswing this much.
Backswing, what are your thoughts when somebody like lifts up their left heel?
As long as they're not swaying, then it's okay.
You saw like that Arnie video, it looks like it's almost kind of.
Yeah, so the hip can't sway, but the foot could come up if they want to. The modern player, we tend to leave our foot down. It's old school to lift the foot up. One player on tour that lifts his foot up a lot is Bubba Watson, but he's hard to replicate because he's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, that foot lift is tricky for many. Now, as you come down, let's take a look here and see your swing plane. Okay, so here you're coming down well over the top now on the downswing here, you can see. So your plane is off here quite a bit. You need to work more on your swing plane for sure, because you need to work what we call what? Straight back toe up, and then what? Inside out supinate, right? Now let's see as you come down over here. Okay, now over here, you're too far to your left side. Generally with a 3-wood, we're not going to get as far over to the front. Let me see if I can find a face-on view of the 3-wood. Usually we're not as far to the left. Let me see. Oh, here we go, 3-wood. Let me go back to here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Perfect, a 3-wood. Let me get him at impact here. Okay, so on the way to impact, you see how his left shoulder is not over his left foot like a typical iron shot. Do you see how he's not as far to the left? Okay. Where with an iron, right? So we go and look at Rory with an iron. You'll see here that with an iron, his shoulder is going to get over his foot. So with an iron, we're more left than we are with a 3-wood. So you see how the iron, his shoulder's over his foot.
Yeah.
But with the 3-wood, that's not happening. Are you with me?
It's not so much like the iron, but it's not as far back as the driver.
True. Exactly true. And so if we go back here and look, so you're too far to the left. Okay, so let me start listing some stuff here. So what do we got? We got number 1, we need what's called straight back toe up, right? Number 2, you could pivot more, but like I said, there's an asterisk there because until some of these other elements are in place, making a bigger windup doesn't make sense. Okay, so really step 2 is inside out supinate, right? Not as much reverse K for the 3-wood. Are you with me? Okay, and then let's take a look here as you come in. This one, it looks like the face stayed open. It looks like you didn't close the face on this one. So remember, you have to supinate to square it up. The reason you're not is because, see, what happens if somebody takes it back shut, they tend to open it coming down. Where if you take it back more open, you'll close it coming down. You see what I'm saying? So you have like the wires crossed, basically. You with me? And so on that, I'm just going to show you this real quick here. This is Padraig Harrington on the club face. Watch this. He talks about when to turn your hand.
Increase how much the club face is open and then rotate it square through impact.
You see? And so you want to be rotating it square on the way to impact. You can even see this if you look at some of the top players. Like, for example, if you look at a video of Bryson DeChambeau, you'll see here in a moment here. Watch this. Look at the club face before on the way down. It's open, so that's an open face. Can you see how open it is? See how the face is facing us? His glove's facing us, still open. Now look here, it's still open. Do you see that? He's supinating his hand. Look, he squared it. He squared it actually just before the ball. If I can stop it. There, it's square. And then look, and then he's going to keep it that way. You see? And so what's happening here to you is, in my opinion, you're taking it back so shut that you can possibly close it more during the swing. Because obviously, if you take it back shut and then you close it more, what's going to happen?
Sorry, you said take it back?
If you take it back shut and then you supinate on the downswing also, you're going to hook the hell out of it. So I don't think you understand. So let's listen for a second. So if I take it back shut, like you're taking it back, and then I supinate more coming down, what's going to happen? You're going to hook it. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is once you take it back so shut, then it's difficult to be able to supinate on the way down. Are you with me?
So when you do backswing,
hang on a sec here. So let me finish this. So then let's see, then coming through. Yeah, and then coming through, see how your head's way forward? Your head should still be in this box with your 3-wood. So the last thing I'm gonna add here is the head position. Just a moment. Number 4, head should still be in box until shoulder high on follow through. Okay, now I'm ready for questions. Let me just save that for you.